ingredients. Have you ever gone to the store looking for something to store your jewelry in, but you just couldn't find anything that was worth spending X amount of dollars on? If your answer is yes, I can assure you you're not alone. But what if I told you there was an easy and cost-effective way to make your own jewelry dish at home? Hi, my name is Grace, and today I will be demonstrating how to make a customizable jewelry dish out of air-dried clay. Sometimes stores only have what's in season or what's trending, and that might not always be appealing to you. Today I will show you how to set up your workstation and the materials you're going to need, how to make the jewelry dish and the specific techniques that you're going to want to use, then how to customize it, and lastly how to decorate and glaze it. First, to set up your workstation, you want to lay a piece of parchment paper or wax paper on a hard table or surface to prevent the clay from sticking. Next, you're going to need something to roll your clay out with. For this, I have an empty candle jar. Then you're going to need a few cutting or shaping tools. For this, I'm going to be using a popsicle stick and then my candle jar again. Then you're going to need some sponges and a cup of water to smooth it. And then to finally decorate it, you're going to need some paint, some paint brushes, and then clay glaze, which I got from Amazon. So first, to make the dish, you want to scoop out a ball of clay that is a little bit smaller than the size of your palm. Then you're going to want to roll this out on your parchment paper, leaving it a little bit thick so you can form your borders or your walls. Then you're going to want to cut out your shape. For this, I'm going to flip my candle jar upside down and press firmly on it until it cuts the excess off. Then you're going to want to form your borders or walls, and there's a couple different ways you can go about this step, but what works best for me is pushing down firmly on the center and the edges, and then using my other hands or fingers to push against the opposite way. Then you will end up with a shallow border of a wall that's kind of similar to this one. Once you're happy with your shape, you are going to want to take your sponge, dip it in some water, and use it to smooth out any cracks or imperfections. If you would like to customize your piece to your liking, you can use more clay to make any centerpiece you would like. For this one, I made a mushroom and some little bushes. And then for this one, I made a letter G. And then for the sake of this presentation, I will demonstrate how to make a letter G. So first, you're going to take another piece of clay, this one's a lot smaller, and roll it out into a snake-like shape. Once you have your shape, you can form it into the letter of your choice. And then you want to attach it, and to do this, you're going to want to take a knife or your popsicle stick or whatever you're going to use and make gentle little cuts in the center of your dish, and that is where you're going to place your centerpiece. You're going to want to do the same thing to the bottom of your letter, and then you're going to put your fingers in some water and sprinkle that on the top, and then put your centerpiece on top and gently push it down. Once it's connected, you want to take your sponge, dip it in some water, and smooth out all areas of contact so it is completely seamless. Once you're happy with your shape, you want to set your dish on a piece of parchment paper and let it dry for at least 36 hours or until it is completely white like this. Once dry, you can begin painting. So first you're going to want to grab your paints, and you can do this any way you'd like. For this one, I painted it green, and then I painted little bushes, and then some dirt roads and some flowers, and I painted the top pink. And this one I painted blue with the pink centerpiece and then some white flowers around. Once you're happy with how your paint looks, you want to set your dish aside again to dry for a couple hours. And then once it's dry, you can begin your glazing process. And for this, you just want to lay your piece out and then pour the glaze on top and use a paintbrush to evenly smooth out the glaze. And once that top part is kind of dry, flip it over and do the same to the other side. Then you're going to want to wait a few hours for it to completely dry, and then your dish is ready to use. So today I showed you how to make your jewelry dish and how to customize it. First, we set up and gathered our materials, then we shaped our dish, and then we personalized it, and finally we painted and glazed it. Remember, air-dried clay is very versatile and you can make all kinds of things. So grab some clay, invite some friends over, and throw on a tutorial. Remember, it's fun, customizable, and very useful. Thank you for watching, and happy sculpting.